Hey, what's to YouTube fam? It's your girl TK, and I am at home vlogging y'all. And I decided that I wanted to get online real quick and speak to you guys about Donald Trump. We're gonna be talking Scott Mcafee. He's the judge at the Fulton County Superior Court system, and he's basically going to be looking at the election fraud case and seeing if Donald Trump should be attached to that charge. Now, one of the things that I want you guys to note here today is that I think it's a thriller in its entirety. The reason being is because, number one, when you think about Donald Trump, we should be thinking about the word impeachment, because the four cases that's being presented against Mr. Donald Trump is attached to business and fraud. Okay, the business that Donald Trump worked for was the White House. He wasn't just a president. No, he worked for a company, and the company was the White House. So the first thing I want you guys to note here before I go on with Scott Mcafee is the cases that I have been discussing, which you should check out on my content page. The first one is Judge Tanya Chutkan. Well, she's going to be assigned to January 6th insurrection. Okay. The second one is Judge Arthur Ingram. Well, he will be attached to the New York business and fraud cases. The third one is Judge Aileen Cannon. Hopefully I'm saying her name correctly. Well, she's going to be part of the classified documents. And then Scott Mcafee, he's going to be attached to overturning the Georgia election. The thing is, if you were to put those cases together, you will see that business and fraud overturning the election, well, that deals with a company, the White House. All of these cases can be handled in an impeachment process. Okay? So that's why it's a thriller to me. Now, another thing I want you guys to understand is that I really think at this point that Judge Mcafee should, cease and desist at this point. He needs to cease and desist. He needs to remove himself, recuse himself from this case because, again, this is an impeachment. Not only is it an impeachment, but the U.S. House of Representatives, the House Select Committee, has stated that they had charges that they wanted to present. They've already said that the impeachment process is to occur. So if the impeachment process is to occur, well, the U.S. Constitution needs to be followed. You don't go from saying from the House Select Committee, I want to impeach you, and then you go to the other side, to the Department of Justice. That's just not how it works. You stay in that line. Okay, you follow the U.S. Constitution in its entirety. Because if they were not going to follow the U.S. Constitution, the indictments as well as the investigations must cease and desist. You can't have it both ways. The judge that's supposed to be presiding over this case is the U.S. Supreme Court Justice, Mr. Roberts. This is his role. This is his responsibilities. This is what he is assigned to care for. And he is not caring for his responsibilities as the U.S. Supreme Court as prescribed by the U.S. Constitution. And to me, seeing this out loud, it's a thriller. It's an absolute thriller. You know what I'm saying? And just to see that Donald Trump at this moment is getting away with crimes, high crimes dealing with treason and bribery. This is a thriller. Because when it comes to high crimes, according to the U.S. Constitution, this is the job of U.S. Chief Justice, Mr. John Roberts. This is not the job of Scott Mcafee. This is not the job of Judge Aileen Cannon. This is not the job of Arthur Ingram. Hopefully I said his last name correctly. This is not the job of Miss Tanya Chutkan. These are not their jobs. This is not their roles. This is not their responsibilities. This is not their job. This is a job for the Chief Supreme Court Justice. They need to all cease and desist. They need to all recuse themselves from these cases. And they need to allow the impeachment process to occur immediately. These are not their jobs. This is not their role. This is not what the Constitution has assigned for them to do. They need to allow this impeachment process to occur. Donald Trump needs to be impeached. He's not a fifth grader. He's not in elementary. He's not in middle school. He's not in high school. He's not even in college. This is a grown man who ran businesses, including was the president of the United States. He knows what he signed for. He put in his application just like any other person out here, any other citizen. He signed up for this. He applied for this position. And if he did not follow laws, rules, and regulations, well, then just like every other citizen, he will face the music. They need to allow this impeachment process to occur. Peace, love, and happiness, guys. Bye.